You are with Talks on the Way of Wisdom, the forum that discusses star battles in human consciousness, the three saints in Buddhism. In the depths of ancient wisdom, there is a path that unites the power of spiritual realization and the pursuit of perfection. This path is the Dhammapada, the path of perfection. In a world filled with pain, death, and transience, the question arises, who can conquer this world? The world of the ones in the world of the Yama, the world of suffering and death. The answer lies in the wise disciple, the one who with patience, aspiration, and wisdom seeks the most beautiful flower of existence. Today's world offers innumerable challenges, both external and internal. Each of us carries within us pain, the pursuit of happiness, and the desire to soar. This is where Dhammapada comes in as a ray of light. It offers us a path that not only overcomes the limitations of the physical world, but also reveals the possibility of rising above the world of pain and death. Like one who seeks and finds the most beautiful flower among the multitude, the wise disciple finds Dhammapada, the pure and perfect way. In this interpretation, we will look at how the power of wisdom, overcoming pain, and the path to spiritual perfection can help us conquer the three worlds. We will delve into the profound teachings of the ancient sages, explore the symbolic meaning of the world of Yama, and explore the path of spiritual upliftment as an integral part of our existence. This text will not only introduce you to the philosophy of Dhammapada, but challenge you to rethink your own path to perfection. What does it mean to conquer the three worlds? It is not conquest by force, but by understanding and harmony. True victory is not against others, but against one's own ignorance and suffering. It is the victory of wisdom over illusion, of peace over anxiety, and of conscious choice over chaos. By following the path of perfection, one can achieve not only personal growth, but spiritual liberation. Wisdom, the key to the three worlds. Wisdom is the foundation of all spiritual attainment and the key to understanding the true nature of the world. In the Dhammapada, one of the most significant texts of Buddhist literature, wisdom takes center stage as the guiding principle for liberation from suffering. It is seen as a source that reveals the transience of the world and the illusory nature of attachment. The Buddha teaches that through wisdom, one sees reality in its essence and not through the delusions of the senses and mind. This insight led to the foundation of the Four Noble Truths, which teach that suffering can be overcome through right understanding and awareness. It is this wisdom that helps man rise above illusions and achieve spiritual perfection. In the ancient teachings of the Dhammapada, wisdom is seen not only as intellectual knowledge, but also as an inner realization that transforms life. What does this mean? Wisdom gives one the ability to see beyond the surface of things, to understand the causes and effects that shape one's reality, and to discover harmony in chaos. In this process of spiritual development, the wise disciple becomes like a gardener who with care and patience chooses the most beautiful flower among the multitude. This flower symbolizes spiritual perfection, something that is not achieved through strength, but through perseverance and awareness. Wisdom guides us to make the right choices, helps us to overcome delusions, and reveals the true path to spiritual upliftment. An example of the power of wisdom can be found in the way we deal with challenges. A person who is wise does not react impulsively to difficulties, but analyzes them, learns from them, and uses them as a tool for growth. In this sense, wisdom is like a compass that points us in the right direction, even when we face a storm. In today's world, where everyday life is filled with stress and uncertainty, wisdom becomes even more valuable. It not only helps us cope with external challenges, but also teaches us how to find peace within ourselves. This is the first step to conquering the three worlds, realizing that true power comes from within. Wisdom allows us to see the world as it is, not as a place of suffering and limitation, but as an opportunity for spiritual growth. It reminds us that conquering the three worlds begins with a simple but profound realization that it is we ourselves who create our reality through our thoughts and actions. Overcoming pain, rising above the world of Yama. Pain is a universal part of human existence. It is inevitable, but at the same time, it is a teacher. In the Buddhist tradition, pain is often seen as an opportunity for growth and insight. For example, the story of the Buddha who left his affluent life after facing old age, illness, and death shows us how awareness of pain can be a catalyst for spiritual awakening. In modern life, we also see people who, after hardship, the loss of a loved one, personal failure, or physical suffering, find new strength and direction in their lives. Thus, pain, though unwanted, teaches us to understand ourselves more deeply and to rediscover the meaning of our existence. In the Buddhist teachings, pain in the world of Yama symbolize not only physical suffering, but also the mental fetters that hold us captive. Yama, the ruler of death, reminds us of the transience of all that we love and possess. But this world of suffering is not insurmountable. A person who understands the nature of pain begins to see the possibilities hidden within it. Every difficulty, every loss is like a mirror that shows us our weaknesses and gives us a chance to overcome them. The Dhammapada says that the wise disciple does not fight against pain, but accepts it as an inseparable part of life. Through acceptance comes understanding, and through understanding comes freedom. Realizing that pain is temporary changes our perspective completely. Instead of fearing loss or failure, we begin to see the opportunity for growth. This shift in consciousness frees us from the shackles of suffering and helps us rise above the world of the Yama. The true victory over pain is its transformation into strength. We can find examples of this principle in our daily lives. When faced with loss, the wise approach is to look beyond the pain itself and discover the lesson it brings us. It is a process of growth that makes us stronger and wiser. Pain is no longer our enemy, but our ally on the path of spiritual upliftment. Through the Dhammapada, we realize that overcoming pain is the key to true freedom. This does not mean the absence of difficulties, but the ability to accept, understand, and outgrow them. Rising above the world of Yama is a step towards conquering the three worlds and attaining inner peace. Dhammapada, spiritual perfection and upliftment. The path of Dhammapada is not just a path, but a way of life. This way of life is applied through small but significant steps in daily life. For example, practicing meditation helps the mind find peace and clarity, even in the chaos of a busy daily life. The simple exercise of taking 10 minutes in the morning or evening for mindful breathing can be a first step toward inner harmony. Another example is mindful behavior in our relationships with others. The path of Dhammapada teaches us to cultivate kindness and compassion, striving to respond calmly and wisely in difficult situations. When faced with challenges, for example, criticism from a colleague or conflict with a loved one, rather than responding with anger, we can apply the principle of understanding and forgiveness. Also, daily awareness of our actions and thoughts is key. Every act, even the smallest, such as helping someone in need, smiling at a stranger, or showing patience in line, is a step toward building a more peaceful and mindful life. Finally, adherence to the moral principles enshrined in the Dhammapada, such as avoiding harm to others and cultivating truth and justice, builds not only personal stability but also harmony in society. Thus, this way of life leads us to spiritual perfection and balance in our daily lives. It is a process of continuous self-cultivation, awareness, and liberation from the illusions of this world. Spiritual perfection is not an endpoint, but a constant striving towards a better understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The wise disciple understands that spiritual elevation begins with inner transformation. This process requires discipline, perseverance, and a willingness to confront our own weaknesses. The Dhammapada directs us to meditation, mindfulness, and righteous living as the means to perfection. Through these practices, one discovers the inner peace that is the foundation of spiritual freedom. Ascension does not mean escape from reality, but a deeper connection with it. The wise disciple lives in harmony with self and others, spreading the light of wisdom and compassion. This is the path to true perfection, a state of balance, peace, and spiritual liberation. The stories of people who have walked this path show that spiritual perfection is attainable for everyone. It does not depend on external circumstances, but on our inner attitude towards them. Through the Dhammapada, we understand that the real victory is the victory over ourselves, over our fears, attachments, and illusions. The path of Dhammapada leads us to the greatest gift, freedom of spirit. It is the perfect flower that every wise disciple seeks and finds on his path to spiritual upliftment. Let's summarize. In a world filled with uncertainty and pain, the Dhammapada offers an extraordinary tool for spiritual growth and realization. It teaches us that true victory lies not in material success, but in the liberation of mind and spirit. Each of us has the potential to conquer the three worlds by following this ancient path of wisdom and harmony. Through wisdom, acceptance of pain, and the discipline of spiritual cultivation, we can find true peace and balance. The path of Dhammapada does not require extraordinary strength or resources. It requires awareness, patience, and striving for better. Let this text be a reminder that in seeking the most beautiful flower, spiritual perfection, we not only transform ourselves, but also the world around us. Conquering the three worlds is possible for anyone who has the courage and wisdom to take this path. Beginning today, for every journey to perfection begins with the first step. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel.